Return to the world of the number 37 and 38 special series and how those new upgrades are affecting our old friends. Make sure you guys smash the like crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. As per usual, leave a comment down below when you be walk away with a booster pack. As per usual, so this is, should I say that I'm surprised to see this out here? That we gave some special shining numbers to number 37 and number 38. And of course, you know, we just had to have some real movements with these cards. It's just fundamentally kind of how this goes. I mean, your lowest listing right now for this is going to put you at about the $7 range, which is really not all that surprising, say the least, heading on up to 8. And I mean, your sales data coming in about the same thing, 6, 7, 7, 7. People are excited for the new number support for this. Do I think the cards are good? I'm going to be honest with you, not really. They are not really anything too crazy to write home about, but it's enough that you're going to want to look at them and give them the time of day. And, you know, alternatively, number 38 does have our favorite rarity in the whole wide world, ye old quarter century madness upgrades. Oh, man, I got to tell you. Actually seeing these kind of doing their thing at this point is actually really, really cool. And still holding at $9, actually. One of the night with what, an upward ceiling of like $10. Not really all that crazy. 11s. Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about picking up a number 38 because you're just going to be using this. If you are choosing to play the Giant Galaxy, you know, little extension card they have here, it's a cool thing, but I mean, this just makes an extremely good overlay material. If not, I mean, this is still going to be a free spell negate, which is very, very, very good when it actually does come up that you have to do that. So our new shining number base forms doing pretty much what we expected them to do. You know, still looking pretty cheap. Now this has been an interesting thing to kind of follow out here. Card demise and more of the bonanza insanity as it continues to unfold. I love the fact this card bottomed out at a nice 9.15. And you actually just had somebody come through and smash one for 30. But it looks like we've had a very, very good track record of smashing just $20 all day long. And that's fine. You know, having it's only doubled in price. It's not all that bad. It's still pretty awful. But, all right. What about... Really? Are we still on, have these gotten worse? Yeah, we're still holding about $25. Well, I can't justify this. I see that we've had a couple more listings populate since I didn't refresh this tab before doing this, but I mean, you're still looking at $25, $25. I am wondering how long things like this, which are not necessarily like the greatest ones in the world to be going after, but you are seeing, you know, traditional value doing the thing. Oh boy, hi trade-in. How are you? I see we have 11 listings at about $27 a trade-in currently. I don't really like that all that much. I think I did like the original collector's rares we had for this, but $27 per trade-in is very, very expensive. And I mean, to be fair, this is the line in the sand. Like, this is the last chance you're going to get to see this in its new higher form, and we're just kind of done after this. This is interesting. Trap Tricks are still holding at about, well, $8. To be fair, though, if you're going after cards in the main pool, I am kind of intrigued with that thought process. To be fair, it's not like the main pool is the bad guy or anything, but it's one of those things that it's just like, the main pool is just, it's up there. You're looking at $10 to $11 right now per copies of this, with a few 8ers floating around. But I mean, if you're a dear old Labyrinth player out here, of course you're going to want to pick these up, right? Like, you're going to want to have, you know, all eyes on this. Rage of the Abyss. You know, this entertains me so much because everybody's been so crazy right now over, hey, hey, you need to keep an eye on the fact that, Fool Wars is doing its thing. Yes, but Bonanza has caused such a stir in the collector's market that people have forgotten that this set is sitting here doing its thing. That's why you're sitting here $75 per box right now with the value of Fool Wars just kind of rewarding you. And that's a major thing. Looking at this, I mean, Fuwas are still $351. This really has not changed all that much. And I'm not really surprised to see that. I mean, you've dropped a decent amount. We're not 400, but you're definitely not heading to the $300 mark anymore. Actually, those cheap copies have floated up and don't have the greatest amount of sales over the last couple of days, but High Rarity is doing its thing. Dominus Impulses, we're back down to the $174 mark the way it looks. There are 30 listings of Dominus Impulse now on the market. That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, well, you head up to 196, 200. Okay, I see you. And then, of course, oh, baby. Where else do we got here? Regular Fuwas coming in at 122. This card has locked in. Like, you are bouncing between like 115 to like 125 all day long. And it's not stopped. Genuinely. It's been very interesting to see the bounce around on that. Deceptions, QCRs are 115s. Shadow Squad's coming in at 75 on up to 89. And then, of course, Dominus Impulse regular versions. These did settle about 65, with some 61ers down here to 62ers kind of floating around, which is not all that crazy. The Heart of the Blue Eyes is down to $58. Murasalago coming in about 57. Ultimate Pride Dragon, this thing's also been bouncing around. We're at 55 right now, which is not too terrible. Definitely down from the 60 we were formerly seeing on that. Abyss Lens coming in at 60s. All right. Deceptions still trucking about 50s. Lacrimas, still about $49. At least it's a one of, right? The Red Eyes, this is still $50, only 19 listings. Ukalonix, still floating about 40. Shein, 41. Lordly Load at $40. Excuse me. That one is a very, very, very interesting one to be looking at right now. Do keep an eye on that. Same thing with Drill Beam. $30 for a one of. And then, of course, the Poseidra coming in at $30. Okay. Wow. This thing is $20 for Moregina. Okay. You've also got the $20 copies of Giant Mimigal, $20 copies of Neptupus. Man, I'm still salty. I only pulled one. Wow. The Urias are $19. Primate Imperial Dragon, $19. We've also got Ukalonix now at $20. All right. The Ghost Ship is $14. LOL. $7 for Centurion Chimera. That's awful. And you can get the Throne for $9 now. And then, of course, the Heart of the Blue Eyes. If you are the world's strongest Exodia player, you're going to find yourself wanting these. $9 right now. They've definitely dropped a decent amount. Rage of the Abyss is a set. $7 Mimighoul Charms. Lordly Loads are still also popping here. Very, very strong $8 card. You're going to want to keep an eye on that thing too. Blue Eyes is going to love that card. Card is so good. Oh, we actually have the tokens up now. $3. Putting Yuya at the most expensive. And then, of course, we have Yusei back here at the $3 mark. Okay. I see you. So we actually do get the chance to see the tokens actually populating. I can't say that I'm not necessarily surprised. The final bringer of the end of times. Of course, it's doing its thing, right? So that means that those have to be the only two tokens that have sales. Let's shift on back here to the back and see if the other tokens do not have sales yet. No, it looks like they're kind of blending in. Well, that's interesting to see. I also want to point out back here, for those of you that kind of been paying attention, there have been some interesting movements on Inheritance. This kind of shifted up very, very hard, and it looks like it's retreated back down from where it was. But I wanted to point out here that there was a day last week you were at like 20 listings of this card. Just kind of keep an eye on what's going on in the Ritual Beast department, or at least what we're attempting to see happen out here with Inheritance, because it's been interesting to see what people are attempting to do. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.